Hello and welcome to Dario's Comic School, and today we will take a look at Darwyn Cooke and Parker. And I have to say before we start, I absolutely love and adore Darwyn Cooke. I guess I first saw his stuff with the New Frontier or the DC Catwoman Selena stuff, and it was amazing. And if I had still that comic, that Catwoman from DC, I would show you that because I truly fell in love with that. But I was always intrigued by this Parker story. I loved the artwork and the presentation. And then somehow I got myself a version of the book in German, and it was pretty cheap. But I have to say, I didn't really warm up to this story, although I really, truly love Noir comics. I love Darwyn Cooke. I'm rewatching Heat with Al Pacino, De Niro. I plan to watch Carlito's Way, but also a lot of other movies, just to show you. And I wanted to tell you, I'm legit. Like, I love noirs, I love black and white, and Parker is not the only one I got, but I will show you in a second. And of course, the Frank Miller, and I found also some Umbrella Academy. That's not really a noir, but it kind of, maybe I should review this one too. I had tons of fun reading this thing, but we'll talk about this later. And Mr. Comics Bazaar, if you're watching this, man, please don't skip any of the comics. You don't have to read them in chronological orders, but I really loved every storyline, even the X universe. Pretty cool stuff. So let's get to Parker. And if you want to support the channel or me making comics and artwork on Patreon, check out my Patreon in the link down below, or my products. But let's get into Parker. So this one is in German. It's the hardcover version, but I found on eBay like tons of this book. I guess it wasn't really selling, or maybe it's a hard sell, or it's not for everybody, but it's truly beautiful art. So let me get into this. So when I first got it, I was really, really excited, and it starts, as you can see, New York, 1962. I truly love this era. When Mad Men came out, the AMC show, I was truly in love. Like something in my soul tends to go towards music, pop punk, noir, comic stories. We people have a lot of interests, and that's a good thing. And so I was very curious where this story begins, and it's really cool. It starts like, this is book one, and then we get a drawing. But there's a couple of things I want to show you, because you can be truly inspired from this art and also take it for you. I think I've seen a lot of Parkers that are, as you can see, this is like, I would say it's black and white art, but this Parker has a coloring, I would say a kind of bluish coloring. And wait a second. And and it reminded me a bit. I once, when I first started to see Daniel Warren Johnson pop up, he popped up with Space Mullet, and he was drawing just in black and white, and then just adding one tone, and that was blue. And here's kind of the same. And maybe you can take that for your comics, because it adds something without doing too much, or maybe overworking yourself. As you can see here, beautiful black and white drawings. We will come to this in a second. So and also the visual storytelling is pretty beautiful. As I understand, Parker, I think, were books, so they turned it into a comic, pretty much the same like the hard-boiled stuff that then inspired Frank Miller's run on Sin City. And what is really great about Darwyn Cooke, I don't know too much about him. I think he worked in animation and with Bruce Timm on, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but on a lot of animation stuff. And then later he started his comic career, and probably he comes from something like storyboarding. And what is really beautiful and really crazy good is like a lot of the story gets told by just showing picture, and this is a visual medium, and it is really great. Like you can see he has some holes in his shoes, and then he starts to enter the city by foot, and I truly love this like black and white, and then brush. I would say that's a blue brush, and yeah. And as you can see, no text balloon, no nothing, just visual storytelling. And that is really beautiful. I mean, from time to time, we will get a later inner dialogue, monologue. But here we get just beautiful visual storytelling. I hope the camera gets this all. And he's jumping the counter, and he crams himself into the subway and goes places. And yeah, what can I say? Beautiful hands. Maybe you can also study the way he draws the women, pretty old school stuff. I like it very much. As you can see, just a few brush strokes and it tells a great story. Look at this. Really beautiful. And she's hitting on him, or she finds him attractive, as you can see here in the next panel. So she offers, or he grabs her cigar, or she offers him one, but he's not interested. He's on a mission, so he has no time to lose. And look at this, like really beautiful. Like I make this video for people who don't know Darwyn Cooke yet and want to take a look at his stuff. And then he kind of needs some ID, so he gets himself a driver's license, or he gets himself made a driver's license again. No text, no speech, so he does counterfeit one. And the way he does it is, as you can see, he writes with a feather on it, and then this is beautiful. How he like lets the ink dry, and maybe even, yeah. How do you say? Well, let's go on. And then he steals some pen. And at the beginning, it's really like a silent movie. He's setting up. It's very, very movie-esque. That's great. He's in the bathroom. He's trying to counterfeit everything he can. He even takes a piss and puts a driver's license in there, so it looks very real. And this guy knows what he's doing. And through the book, we find out that he's, what is it? He's a hired gun. He's a thief. I don't know if he's a murderer or something like that, but definitely he's a criminal, and he's a professional. And this looks very great, look very good. Like this has some definitely some class to it. He throws away his old boots. I think he loans himself some money and gets himself, this is a beautiful thing, like he goes and shopping, and he gets himself a beautiful watch, beautiful dress. He goes to eat the T-bone steak, and yeah, pretty cool stuff. And then he shows up at the house, or at the apartment of his once great love, and she betrayed him. And later in the book we will find out why and who did it. And that's pretty much his question. Like, Parker kinda was dead. Everybody believes him to be dead. This would be a great thumbnail. Everybody believes him to be dead, and somehow he came back, somehow he survived, and now he is here to take revenge. Plain and simple. Like, that's it. And I love that about a story. I went along with the story, but it just, I don't know, for me, I think it wasn't fresh enough. Or maybe I've seen too many crime and noir plots, and I kind of feel they are maybe a bit dull. Maybe I need more to my stories. Maybe my consciousness expanded a bit, and I want to see more than just revenge. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I love a good revenge story. It doesn't need to be much more, but I think that I've seen most of these tropes, and I'm missing something here in this story. It didn't really hook me. Like, the drawings are beautiful, but they're not pushing me over the top. I'm not lusting over them, although they're very, very beautiful. And the story is good, but it's not super great. But maybe that's like personal preference, because like things like this I like, because he thinks back, and then we see he remembers a time where they were setting up the job, and he went there with his wife to meet all of these people, and they would do a job together, and then we had some background story, and then something goes wrong, and he's working his way up there again. Maybe it's a German translation, maybe this in English feels or sounds a bit better, but still, it's a beautiful book. I got nothing but love for Darwyn Cooke. It is just that I thought Parker would be maybe a bit better than it truly is. And I don't know why. I'm not feeling it, but I'm not completely convinced. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful book. It's a great story. It's great art. It is just not that memorable, or it doesn't shake me up right now. Maybe I'm in a different phase right now, or maybe you agree with me. But still, I wanted to cover Darwyn Cooke. If I had the New Frontier or the Batman, that would have been maybe a bit better for me. Although I really, really, truly love noir movies, noir comics, but this just is maybe not as great as it could have been. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my personal opinion. But still, Darwyn Cooke, Parker, you might find it on eBay, or get it or read it, or maybe learn from his style. I was thinking maybe I give this book away or resell it again, but I think I might keep it just for reference and learning some of the stuff, because like this is really, really great. Like, this guy is in his suit, a telephone goes on, he takes a sip, he looks up, he's trying, while he's listening, he grabs a record, he wants to put in a record, and again he hears something shocking, and the record just falls to the ground. And beats like this like make this story really, really great. So don't take my rant for everything there is, but I just say it didn't fully connect with me, but my taste, I guess, got pretty, I don't know, I wouldn't say good, but it's just sometimes you resonate with a thing, sometimes you don't, and sometimes your taste will also change. So I leave you with that, and check out Darwyn Cooke, check out Parker or stuff he has done, and I wish you a great day. See ya.